Good day, everyone. We're back at Pacific View Memorial Park. Let's discuss James Roosevelt II, son of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Franklin Roosevelt, if you recall your history at all, he was the cousin of President Theodore Roosevelt, who was some 30 years the senior of Franklin Roosevelt. Franklin he was the only president in history to serve 4 terms. 1932, 1936, 1940, 1944, he won all those elections. Of course, the 22nd Amendment was passed shortly thereafter, which limited a president to 2 terms only. So he's the only one that served 4 terms. Franklin Roosevelt died at 63 years of age, just before the end of World War II. He died, well, unfortunately, of a cerebral hemorrhage while he was posing for a portrait. But anyway, we're talking specifically about James Roosevelt, his son. And James was, if you like to think of Batman and Robin, James was kind of like the Robin of this dynamic duo. James was born in December 23rd, 1907 in New York City, like his father was. He was an American businessman. James was a Marine. So yeah, he was a member of the Proud and the Few. He was a Democrat Party politician. He was the eldest son of President Franklin Roosevelt and Eleanor. He graduated from Harvard College in 1930 and started studying at the Boston University School of Law, but he abandoned his law studies within a year because of his success selling business. So he opened up selling insurance. He opened up a business selling insurance. He made quite a bit of money too. In 5 years, he made about $500,000. Now, keep in mind, this was money in 1937, mid-1930s. That was a major fortune. He also went to work. He also went to work in Hollywood for Samuel Goldwyn. You may recognize that name from Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. And he made $750 a week. Again, this was in the late 1930s. We're talking, this is a guy, he had the world at his feet, actually. But with the re-election of his father in 1936, he chose to serve his country. Let's take a walk to his grave. Excuse me, everyone. He's over here in the Ocean View section, in the area 818 specifically. So he got into the Marine Corps. He was a lieutenant colonel. He was appointed also in 1937, he was appointed as an administrative assistant to the president. He was an important advisor to President Roosevelt. During Roosevelt's Day of Infamy speech, after the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, during that speech, he was actually sitting right next to his father. This is his grave right here. He did other things. He was actually elected as a U.S. representative in the House of Representatives for California's 26th Congressional District. He served there for 11 years. He tried running for mayor of Los Angeles, but lost the race. He resigned from Congress in 1965. He was married 4 times. His last wife, who's right here, Mary, her maiden name, I think, was Mary Winskull. She was born in 1939. From what I know, she's still alive. She's in her 80s right now. She married him. They were like 32 years apart in age, but they loved each other and they got married. Why did James Roosevelt move out here to Newport Beach? Well, apparently he wanted to get away from politics in his later years. He didn't want to live with public attention anymore, and he kind of figured, hey, what better place to hide? Because I'm a Democrat, what better place to hide than in a heavily Republican town like Newport Beach? So they came here, and they loved the surf, they loved the waves, they loved everything about this town. So this is where he is. Thank you, sir, for your service to our country, for your faithfulness during World War II, which could have easily gone awry, could have easily gone bad, but fortunately we won that war and we won freedom, and the world was saved from horrible dictators, and James Roosevelt had a piece of it. He had a part to play in it. So thank you for your service to our country, sir. And it's an honor to visit his grave here at Pacific View Memorial Park.